Hey everyone, I'm traveling this week and recording the video on my laptop, so apologies for any sound quality issues and just for the fact that this is a rush job this week. But speaking of rush jobs, I thought it would be interesting to look at what a rush job secession was. I'm going to quote you a passage from David M. Potter's book, Lincoln and His Party in the Secession Crisis. At no time during the winter of 1860 to 1861 was secession desired by a majority of the people of the slave states. In proof of this, it is only necessary to cite the miserable failure until after the war began of the secession program in Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, and North Carolina. Furthermore, secession was not basically desired even by a majority in the lower South, and the secessionists succeeded less because of the intrinsic popularity of their program than because of the extreme skill with which they utilized an emergency psychology, the promptness with which they invoked unilateral action by individual states, and the firmness with which they refused to submit the question of secession to popular referenda. In the earliest stage of the secession activity, shortly after Lincoln's election, an ardent South Carolina separationist frankly conceded that public opinion did not support disunion. "I do not believe that the common people understand it," he wrote. "In fact, I know that they do not understand it. But whoever waited for the common people when a great move was to be made? We must make the move and force them to follow." Although few other secession leaders were equally candid, this statement seems to have expressed an attitude which was typical of many of them. Instead of encouraging any true deliberation, the secessionists dramatically urged haste with such emotional peals as that of Judge Charles Gaillard. "The 4th of March is rushing upon the citizens like a fiery steed, and deliberation must now give way to action when barbarians are at the foot of the Capitol." Clearly, they wished to make the most of the excitement and apprehension which Lincoln's election had aroused, to induce action under the stimulus of such excitement, and, once such action had been taken, to prevent its submission to the test of public approval. Of the 7 states of the original Confederacy, only one, and it the last, Texas, submitted its ordinance of secession to popular ratification. In each of the others, except South Carolina, moderate delegates in the conventions argued that so drastic a measure as secession, or later adherence to the Confederate Constitution, ought to be sanctioned by direct popular endorsement, and in each such case their proposals for referendum were defeated in convention.